Mortgage Dr. Rich here with a quick lesson on non-traditional income. Unlike the traditional modalities of income earnings, W-2 and self-employed, you will most likely encounter a borrower who earns income in the form of non-traditional sources, in addition to or instead of the traditional. Now, anytime you are working with someone who wants to use income earned from a non-traditional source, since it's a little riskier than the two traditional sources, there are certain things that we have to do above and beyond just seeing what they earn. So when you're earning income, or a borrower's earning income, I should say, from a non-traditional source, something like alimony, child support, separate maintenance, disability, a retirement annuity, notes receivable, something other than traditional self-employed or W-2 income, there are three very important considerations that you must utilize and consider. Number one is sourcing. Number two is seasoning. And number three is likelihood of continuation. Sourcing refers to the legitimacy of the income being earned. So we're talking about something like an award letter or a legal court order or a contract, something establishing the income's legitimacy. An example of a situation where we would not be able to satisfy sourcing considerations is, let's say there's two parents. The mother is the custodial parent. She has the possession of the child. The father is a non-custodial parent, but they're very amicable in their relationship. So the father naturally pays the mother child support because he wants to take care of his child. Okay, no court order is requiring him to do it. He's just doing the right thing. Well, if she wanted to apply for a mortgage, because there's no court order between them, she would not be able to use that income for qualificational purposes because we couldn't satisfy the sourcing considerations. But just because someone is required to pay income doesn't mean, or someone is required to pay someone an income source, doesn't mean that they're actually doing it. And that's where consideration number two comes into play, seasoning. When someone is earning income non-traditionally, we are going to need them to document consistent receipt over the most recent 12 months because that demonstrates that they have in fact been receiving it. Again, just because someone might be ordered to pay child support doesn't mean that they're actually paying it. So seasoning is a second requirement. Now, certain things only require 6 months, but we don't need to go into that because that's above and beyond what you need to know for the NMLS exam. Just because someone is paying, or I should say earning income, doesn't mean that they have enough to cover their mortgage payment. What do I mean by that? So let's say someone is earning $10,000 a month in retirement annuities. If they only have 6 months worth of that to earn left in their account, how are they going to pay their mortgage? So when it comes to likelihood of continuation, we're going to want to see at least a 36-month continuance, 3 years. So if someone is earning $10,000 a month in a IRA distribution, for example, we're going to want to see that the account has a balance of no less than $360,000. Now, if of course it's a lifetime award, such as permanent disability or Social Security, we're not going to have to go through those steps for that because we know they're getting it for the rest of their life. But if it's not something with an automatic lifetime guarantee, we need to see that they're going to have at least 36 months left. So once you've satisfied sourcing, seasoning, and likelihood of continuation, you document the income by whatever income documentation they received end of year for the most recent year. But here's a very important takeaway as well. When you're dealing with non-traditional income that is untaxed, they haven't paid taxes on it. Taxes aren't being taken out. You may increase that by 25% for qualificational purposes. So if someone is earning $1,000 a month and it's untaxed, we can actually credit them with 1,000 times 125%, which is $1,250. Follow and like for more helpful tips on mortgage origination to help you pass the NMLS exam.